Hi, Midas.
Oh my god, is that Johnny from JTS?
Oh my god, is that Midas? The guy
Hey, what up? What up, boys?
Yo, what's up, dog?
How's life? Oh, hello. Hi, guys. How's life? You know, I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, man.
My life just got better because you are here, Midas.
You guys are so nice.
You are our favorite caster.
Yeah?
Hog.
Yeah.
I applied for ESL this week and I made it through the first stage. I'm waiting on the second reply back to like my on paper interview.
Damn.
Good luck, dude. Good luck.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks.
Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, dude, I'm super excited. This is gonna be such a good game, dude. You guys in North Sea, I was like, this is gonna be a really big game.
Really? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh my god, hi, Disaster.
Oh my gosh, Tommy!
Oh, are you guys friends? Ah!
I used to be JTS.
Did I know that? Did I know that?
Yeah,
Wait, what? Did you?
but yeah, Johnny the fuck.
He's lying.
Oh my god, it's Jay.
I'll have you know, JGS turned me down, so I'm kind of a second tier player, you know?
I left that. But
Yeah, they kind of awkward for you to get on the female NS.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Miss you.
This, yeah, we need, yeah.
Oh, you don't miss me?
We,
Oh, understandable.
we miss you loads, genuinely. You bring so much to the JGS, and it just that hole has
Yeah,
not been
so
filled.
so much that everyone remembers me from JTS.
因为早晨很有生活的气息。
Why did you? Why plant us, look after us, and then kill us?
Oh, are we ready? Are we ready to go?
Yeah, let's go. Ready.
Same service.
North Sea, you guys good?
Good luck.
Good luck,
All
Johnny.
right, here we go. Good luck. Have fun.
Have fun, Des.
Have fun. Have fun.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm Misfit Midas, your caster for the night, and this is Hydro League. Tonight, we're going to be playing on Clubhouse, and this is a huge freaking game. Jaeger eSports, one of the top teams in Hydro League versus North Sea Gaming, a new addition to the league, but they are well known in the Rainbow Six Siege community as they are currently 4-0 in the CCS Women's European League right now. So super excited for this game, and again, it's going to be on Clubhouse. And the operator bans are going to come out. So North Sea, being on the defensive side, are going to get the first and last pick. The first one out is going to be the Maverick. Super important pick for the walls, hatches, etc. His utility is really heavy on this map. The second ban coming out from Jaeger. So we're not going to see a Thatcher ban, but we are going to see a lot of hatch utility gone right there. So we're looking purely at Thermite essentially here is being able to open up, you know, some of the walls as kind of the mainstay. So bandit tricking probably going to be fairly played here, even though the Thatcher's still on the board. And then the next operator coming out is Mira. So that's going to deny, you know, a couple of those plays that you can see even downstairs looking into blue or towards main stairs or maybe even upstairs in cache. A lot of different ways you can use the Mira. And then the Echo gone as well. So that's a lot of information gone for the defensive team. And also plant denial. So pretty common ban there, but interesting, good bans across the board. Super excited to see how this plays out. And we're going to roll into round number 1. So again, Jaeger eSports is going to be on attack and North Sea Gaming is going to be on defense. If you're not super familiar with competitive play, there is 6 rounds on each side. So North Sea Gaming will play 6 rounds on defense and Jaeger eSports will play 6 rounds on attack. At the end of those 6 rounds, they will switch sides and play another 6 all the way to 12. There is no overtime. If it's 6-6, you tie. Each team gets a point. If you get 7 rounds out of those 12, you win. You get 3 points. And obviously, if you get less than that, you lose. 0 points on the board. First to 7 does win. So we're going to see at least one 6 pick come out there. And our first site is going to start downstairs in Church Arsenal. One of the heavily defended sites on this map. Really, there are 2 kind of primarily main sites, depending on what kind of team you are. And that's going to be basement, where we're at now. And then CCTV cache all the way upstairs right there. Gym bedroom, kind of the tertiary site, and then really bar stock in the first floor site. Not played that much. So super excited to see this game from both these pretty quality teams here. We are going to see a bandit come out, try to deny Church Wall, kind of leaving that pretty much mostly empty there. And then just honestly all, you know, no 3-speed, or excuse me, no 3 armor operators here from North Sea. Going to primarily be all 1 and 2 speeds. So super curious to see how that's going to play out. And it looks like there's going to be pretty decent roam presence here. You can see Arya all the way up in gym. And then kind of a mini roam here by Lemon. It's Lemon kind of hanging out there on blue stairs. The drones are going to come out from Jaeger eSports as they prep and set up on stock. That's going to be Zuido getting ready to prep into stock here. Lemon all the way rotated back upstairs. Droned out, though, up into cache. And Arya's up there with Lemon. Juwani bringing their drone up. And that's actually going to be Winnie sitting top garage. Hasn't got the cam yet. Bringing out that PDW with a hollow, too. Something you don't see very often is going to miss the shot onto Lemon. Right through the doors. He had a brief chance to do. He's going to get the track off, though. And Lemon's going to have to do something. Lemon being jackal tracked now by Winnie and rotating back off towards the Mozzie of Arya, which I'm not sure has been spotted yet, and prepping kind of the refrag here. Winnie rotating out towards construction, knows he's there. And Jaeger might actually get caught out here in the open if he's not careful. The free fire is going to come out from the window. Lemon knows he's going to have to do something here. Arya holding strong, though, as he's about to get reinforced here from a couple of his teammates here next, that is. And Zuido. So Arya just waiting on the push in, but it doesn't matter. As right into construction, Zuido goes and takes out Arya, who's playing in logistics with the pre-fire. And Lemon have rotated all the way down. So they have bought their team about a minute and a half here. As North Sea Gaming is rotated back on site, and that is top floor control. Pretty much opened up if we look at the spread on the map. So second and third floor control opened up, and then you see the remainder of North Sea Gaming hanging out in the downstairs. So Winnie gonna go ahead and start trying to track anything else he can get, and Bitter rotating towards garage. Next hanging out right there in the lounge area, and Juwani finally coming from the spawn after doing a heavy load of droning here on the way through. Winnie holding in bathroom here. Zuido starting to make his move down main stairs, beginning some of that drone work out, especially considering the fact there's store defensive players left from North Sea Gaming, and Lemon being tracked yet again. So Juwani going to go ahead and open up that bar hatch. It's looking right down into Moto. And North Sea now have that to contend with, but can kind of leave it pretty much open unless they plan to fully drop that here. They are going to go ahead and rush down main stairs. So Zuido hanging right outside of Moto. And in Moto is Zuido. They do have the Thatcher, so they just need a Thatcher to make it all the way down here. And Bitter actually about to get flanked on if he's not careful by Miss Marie. Not quite peeking that, though. due to the long angle there, but we are going to wait on Jawani. Jawani is going to open up that church wall, and that's going to be Zuido standing by to make the push. Now the wall's coming off. They've identified the Jaeger, but it did get bandit tricked, though. The pick kind of coming out, but they only have 10 seconds left here, and Winnie's going to get a kill onto Lemon here as he pushes completely into church, but immediately refragged there by Miss Marie. Disaster taking out Jawani. Disaster, a second kill onto Bitterford, refragged on Jawani, and time is just going to end the round there as Zuido finishes Disaster right before the round closes up with a win from North Sea Gaming. What a round. Honestly, just kind of crazy there. North Sea extremely disciplined. They were able to utilize their roamers to come down from upstairs. They did lose one in the process, but time was bought. By the time they got downstairs, Jaeger was just too slow trying to make the push and the execute onto the church wall because they just didn't have time to deal with the bandit trick. They didn't get it set up properly. They could have opened it up with Jackal and shot, firebolts through whatever they needed to do. They could have made done, but they didn't have the time to do it, so they just had to rush into site. And North Sea Gaming, exactly what they wanted. They just were funneled into North Sea and they were able to close them out. So we're gonna go upstairs on to the second side, and that's my bad. I'm forgetting to play in 90. I am an absolute pleb and play in 60. Judge me however you want. Send me angry DMs on Twitter, hop on my stream, whatever you want to do. Judge me, but we're at 90 now. I apologize for the 60. So we're going to go upstairs to the arguably the second most defendable site on the map, or the first, depending on what kind of team you are, and that is going to be CCTV Cache. So we are going to see the 3-speed come out here, 3 armor come out here from Disaster, who's going to be playing arguably probably in Garage, considering she'll have the ACOG, and that'll give some of the long angles to be held down in Garage. We kind of look at the spread here. It's actually going to be Miss Marie right now opening up the rotate in Garage. I'm sure Disaster's going to swap out. Yep, she is. And then the remainder of the team all hanging out right now in CCTV and Cache. I don't know if they're late on the prep or just that's how they want to play, but that's how it's going to hang out. And the drones are immediately going to come out. Disaster holding the pixel and go right into the corner of Garage Door, refusing to give it up. The drone is going to come up and spot Disaster, though. Zuido rotated over to stock. Winnie going to go ahead and hit the mute chamber all the way up, and Winnie actually just kind of going to almost wide peek it there. Disaster ready and waiting for Winnie to swing that door. Calling next over potentially maybe for that firebolt, but just patiently waiting here. The mute jammer gone. Finally, they're going to see the rotate come across as Johnny has made the move all the way across to get the firebolt prepped, and indeed that's what's going to happen. The wall is going to get opened up. They're going to be able to utilize the firebolt from next or swing up and under. So you're actually going to see Arya hop back in there. Disaster taking a bit of damage, surprisingly, from Garage Door. And just kind of waiting to see a Thatcher actually rotate around, and they're going to move up to the wall. So now the show is going to be all on Arya, and Arya's going to have to figure out this bandit trick here as they rotate into the second portion of the round here. So the thermite charge is going to come off, and Arya is going to be able to get it with ease. So that's actually no more thermite charges left. Arya knows that, and now the fight's going to come into Garage here as a Disaster is stuck and waiting, just kind of playing very conservatively, watching the Garage stairs. Miss Marie going to get the opening kill on the round onto Zuido, though, but nope. Winnie's going to take out Disaster, almost get a second kill onto Arya, not quite able to execute it. Next, holding that angle right against it. Arya with the C4 onto Winnie, though. That's now a 4v4. Not able to get the second kill into bottom Garage on Next. As Next refrags. And Next with the double kill onto Miss Marie down towards Lounge from Garage. Bitter making the move up, and it's now down to Lemon and Kalisa as they're holding CCTV Cache from Cashier. And the push is going to come in with just 45 seconds left. The attack team's going to have to make this a final prep for the execute. Jawani rotating to Garage. It looks like that's where they're going to make the execute from. Not quite able to connect shots onto Lemon is next. Lemon hanging right there on that window. The smoke is going to come out here. And Jawani's going to go for the plant. So the plant is going to go down in default. And this is going to have to see the rotate come out. But they're actually not going to be able to make it as Next takes out a Lemon for a 3K before Kalisa gets a second kill. Is almost able to down 2, not quite though, as he gets a second kill onto Bitter, and The defuse is just going to go down, and the defuse is going to come out, and Johnny doesn't have time to rotate back up. If he hits Khaleesi once, she's dead. But he doesn't, and Khaleesi salvages the round for North Sea Gaming in a 1v1 clutch. You know, they tried to get it, and Johnny just couldn't connect the shots from underneath. Not really sure if it was worth the squeeze coming off Garage. All they had to do was cover both angles from upstairs in Garage, but they didn't quite get it, and that's 2 rounds for North Sea Gaming here as we move on to Gym Bedroom. You know, Jaeger getting a solid few kills there, especially on the back, really, of Nex in that round, as they made in with, you know, one from Winnie. As they breached into the Garage, they were able to clear out Garage, which is, you know, typically a pretty good sign, but then they just weren't able to close it out, so that's been the story in the first 2 rounds. 6 picks are going to come out, though. Winnie going from the Jackal off to Capitao, and Miss Marie from the Legion to the Smoke as we head on over to Gym Bedroom, kind of the tertiary site, typically, for competitive play. So super essential. We're going to see, you know, kind of a couple operator changes here, and that's the biggest one going to be Disaster onto the castle, and that's going to be extremely crucial for holding this site, to kind of prevent, you know, any damage being done to Arya, who's going to be playing on the wall that we're looking at here, tub wall, and it's, if you breach that, that's going to be kind of a bad day for that defensive team, depending on how they play it. You see North Sea making quite a bit of use of utility to kind of protect Arya there with both the shield and the castle doors, so kind of extremely strong holds here. The bedroom window, another common one, then the last one kind of operator's choice here, and it looks, trying to find out where they used it, they doubled it at both windows, and then that gym door towards the tub wall. So typically you also see a pretty strong cache hold when you're trying to hold this to prevent that half of the map being taken. Sometimes you'll see a castle being utilized there. Not this time around, and Jaeger eSports is going to have to move a little bit quicker than they have been previously if they want to actually succeed on this take. I'll be curious to see if they're able to get around Arya, who's just hanging out, waiting for Bitter and Johnny to try it yet again. And they're going to go for the prep here, just kind of patiently waiting, and with pretty much ease, they're almost going to be able to get the wall down if they can figure it out, but Arya just waiting on the bait. Fairly disciplined player here. Khaleesi kind of watching the back from Red Stairs. Arya's going to get droned out. They know she's bandit tricking. Not a surprise here. And Johnny just kind of waiting to figure out exactly how they're going to get this wall. And we're a minute into the round, and not too much has been accomplished. Arya going to hear it go down, and the breach is going to come off. But Arya better than that. And gets rid of one of the thermite charges without losing a single breach charge. So looks like Jaeger eSports giving up on that. They're going to go ahead and rotate around, as we have quite a few North Sea Gaming players that would love to see some action here in construction. Lemon hang out alone is going to get the opening kill there onto Winnie from Cash, straight through his CC window. Excuse me, straight from gym window, but immediately refragged, or construction window, sorry, immediately refragged by Zuido there, as Zuido now has control of CCTV and Cash. So that's going to be both, but actually almost refragged because he got carried away on the mute jammers. As the push begins to come here, the drone is coming out to help Zuido kind of advance. And Arya is going to take out Bitter from logistics, though. Kind of her teammates moving to support that move. And Miss Marie and Khaleesi just hang out with their SMG-11s, patiently waiting on this push from construction from Zuido and Nex here. Nex going to start to make the breach in, realizing they could go logistics. He does have some breach charge left to make that push. I'm slowly peeking it here. Going to make the peek in. Miss Marie going to utilize some of that SMG-11 fire. And Next, breach charging right into logistics. Miss Marie going to get a second kill on his Zuido, though. And it's very quickly a 2v4. The fire through the mattress, though, is actually going to be the death of Khaleesi there, as Jawani able to make the connection on those shots. Next, hang out logistics. Jawani waiting outside on the balcony, and it's now a 2v3, and they're just in denial phase. There's one more toxic vape left, and that's going to be able to slow down this push just a little bit. But North Sea Gaming not getting carried away and playing extremely disciplined here in the push. So the XU kind of going to come out. Zofia himself is Nex, and Nex not able to connect with Disaster there on Red Stairs, and it's down to Johnny as he has 3 seconds to take out 3 players, but can't quite connect with Miss Marie, as Miss Marie gets the SMG-11 headshot from the opposite side of the building in Gym to close out the round. And that's North Sea Gaming with the entirety of the first defensive rotation here on their side, 3-0. So again, if you're not super familiar with competitive play, rounds and are on a sites are on a 3-round rotation. So for instance, we played at the very beginning basement. They're now allowed to go basement again because it's been 2 rounds. This is the 3rd round since they played it previously. So they're able to go right back around, and I'm sure we're going to see them in the same order as we did previously, and we'll see if they can take the 6-0 sweep here in the defensive half. And again, we're back downstairs, and we kind of right back into the same lineup that we saw at the very beginning of the matchup. And all we kind of looking for now is maybe patterns to see if North Sea Gaming has multiple variations on the strats that they've actually worked out coming into this matchup. Or, are they changing up? Do they have variations? Or are they doing the exact same thing over and over again? And then the second question here is, will Jaeger eSports be prepared to combat it now that they know exactly what's going on? So we're going to pay attention to both of those things. We're going to see a little variance from a Jaeger come out in the operator choices next, choosing to bring out the Nomad, trying to control some of the rotations from North Sea Gaming. And strong start here on the initial push. The drone's coming out from Bitter and Johnny, pretty common here. And if we're looking kind of at the spread of the defensive team yet again, that's going to be Arya and Lemon upstairs. They're pretty typical roamers, with creating the drop downs for quick rotations down. And then that's Miss Marie, Disaster, and Khaleesi playing in the basement, patiently awaiting this defensive team. And Arya going to go down almost immediately here as Winnie is already in top garage, and that's going to leave Lemon alone upstairs for this quick push. And Lemon kind of waiting to make the drop, trying to buy just a little bit more time, but this is going to be an early cut back if Lemon chooses to cut back here. The drone's going to come out, but they know the hash is open. She doesn't even take action on the drone. It's going to follow her. She's got to get rid of it. Not able to completely connect on the shots on the Nex, and Nex able to eliminate Lemons here right inside of stock. So that's both roamers off the board, and Jaeger looking extremely strong. We talk about the variation in the placement of your roamers, the setup, the utility that you have, and we didn't really see any, and Jaeger played and read into it like a book here, and they have top floor control in under a minute, and then now they're staged for the take. Hopefully they just don't stall out here as they start prepping and closing out the final pieces of the execution here. So all the way down on main stairs is Zuido. So again, kind of coming out in a fairly similar fashion here. They've identified kind of the North Sea Gaming players. They're waiting on something to come through to the top here. Next is actually gonna go down from Miss Marie on a 0 health peak all the way down, and Next is gonna crawl, kind of wait on a pickup here. You can kind of see the rotation potentially coming back that direction, and Disaster trying to bandage her fairly actively, but Johnny's not even down there, so I'm just wasting time and utility. Doesn't look like Next is going to get picked up quite yet. And we're just stalling time again. Johnny knows he has to get the wall. Is Disaster going to be able to go for it? Disaster's patiently waiting. Oh, she's actually going to miss it. So the wall is going to open up. And Disaster whiffing Johnny, though, onto Zuido. And doing quite a bit of damage here. And that's also Disaster going down from Johnny, and Bitter being taken out by Disaster, before the refrag there. And then a second kill from Miss Marie onto Winnie, and that's up to Johnny now at quarter health in a 1v2 situation here with 19 seconds left. And something that looks so good is going to be closed out by Miss Marie from blue on yet another kill. And that's North Sea Gaming round 4. What an absolutely insane first 4 rounds, especially that one. Just kind of looking at what was happening in that round, Jaeger executed a perfect roam clear almost immediately because North Sea Gaming gave very little variance to their roam. And it was 5v3 and literally under, I think, close to 45 seconds. It might have been a minute, but it definitely at the minute mark, having been dropped from the round there, it was 5v3, and then they just stalled. Jaegers is so good at kind of the initial push, but then they just burn out right before the execution, kind of like they're confused about their post roam clear roll as they prep site for execution. They got the wall open, they did it, but then it just kind of fell from there. We had a team kill come out, and then just kind of, you know, the disciplined team here of North Sea Gaming just hanging out, and Jaeger eSports struggling to keep up with this team right now post roam clear. So we're going to go back upstairs here to CCTV cash. It's the round we saw the second time. Obviously, North Sea Gaming yet to lose the round. And there's 2 more left in their defensive half. And if they finish this out at 6-0, that means they only have to take 1 of 6 attacking rounds in order to win this game. And they're already guaranteed at least 1 point in the league. So North Sea kind of hanging out. Arya deciding she can just wait. You know, she's Bandit. She doesn't need to be utilized until the round starts. She's just that good at band tricking. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that quick text right there and then make the move in here. Johnny starting the drone. And we're going to see probably a fairly similar take here, but they actually chose to bring the Nomad instead of the Captal. So fireballs are going to be off the table here, and that's going to make it all that much harder to kind of defend against this Arya bandit trick. Disaster playing a fairly different angle here in top garage from, you know, the far corner of the map here. Next, opening up right into CCTV window, and Zuido's sitting right on it, just not scared at all about this roam here. Coming out and be able to peek any of these windows. Miss Marie sitting on top of Cash stairs. And Kalisa trying to get that long angle inside from Cash onto the window potentially. And Lemon hanging out patiently in construction. Kind of the 5-man, 5-woman spread sitting here right close to sight. And Winnie on the joystick roam clear. Faking the rotations and the movement. He's just going to go for a pre-fire. If they can actually get this pre-fire off, that would be fairly impressive here. Trying to capture Lemon. Lemon is completely stuck. They know once in logistic he's asking for help. But see if the double push actually comes out. And next, actually going to be able to finish Miss Marie, who's there on the assist. But all Lemon has to do is swing and should be able to get a free kill. But patiently waiting on drones, which actually is probably going to be the undoing here. But Lemon is actually going to be allowed to get Winnie and almost a second kill onto Next. But Next able to get his second kill of the round onto Lemon. And that is both roamers dispatched already. But they still have the anchors on the board. So Jaeger eSports has just a little bit over a minute here to get into sight. Johnny not even trying to go here for that CCTV wall, knowing Arya is sitting on the board, still waiting to make the move. And the push is going to come from what looks like construction here. Kind of opening and pre-prepping on the fuse, maybe. Johnny getting ready for the execute, but they're stalled out, they're slowed down. They're not using the Thatcher to even open up potentially what could be the Cash wall. Zuido trying to get some shots down there onto Kalisa. Actually, as Kalisa preps and plays in from construction through Cash, up through the Cash floor. And now Arya sitting right on the CCTV window, waiting on the push. Bitter actually going to be flashed by his own teammate here. And that's going to be quite a bit of health done. But Arya just waiting on the push, and actually Kalisa is going to be able to take out Next from inside the site. And the execute's going to come back out here, stalling. Again, Bitter on 1/8 health. Kalisa actually flashed, has 1 more Toxic Vape left, and now's probably the time to burn it if you're going to use it. And there it is, going to come out and stall the door. So all they have to do is watch the rotate hole. Disaster back up. Kalisa with the double kill. Zuido actually able to trade out, and that's going to be Arya waiting on Zuido coming through garage, and Kalisa just kind of patiently waiting on this push from Thermite. Arya able to get Zuido, and Kalisa with another kill on Johnny. And the North Sea Gaming anchors at it again, and that's 5 rounds in a row for North Sea Gaming. What absolute fantastic defensive play we're seeing thus far from North Sea Gaming, as they're losing their roamers super clear. I think that's something that North Sea needs to work on, is potentially the lives, I guess, if you want to call it that, of their roamers. Be able to buy time, maybe get a kill or 2 in there. They die, they die. If not, then they bought time and they've rotated back to site in kind of a pretty clear retrograde. But their defensive anchor play is absolutely on point. And Jaegers really just got to work on that mid-round push. So we've really got to watch that here as we come into the 6th and final defensive round of this half. So North Sea Gaming going all the way back to Gym Bedroom here as we seek to close out their defensive half at 6-0. So coming in at 5-0 thus far, here's kind of the scoreboard look. We're sitting here at, you know, some strong performance from a couple individual members of Jaeger. Particularly Next, we're talking about, he was able to get quite a few entry kills. on North Sea Gaming, but you know, just those defensive operators able to hold down the anchors so well from North Sea. We are going to see the bandit and the double, you know, the mute essentially coming back out again. So that's going to be able to hold the cash wall, the cash stairs wall, and then sit on the tub wall is Arya again. And we do have the castle brought back out. So quite a bit of safety for Arya here as she tries to hold the tub wall. And we're into the round. So next with the immediate team kills. We talk about all the kills he's getting. He's so good. He even takes out his teammates. As they're going to start the round going 4v5, and that's not what Nex need here. Nex already choosing to utilize one of the lifelines on just the main garage door, and you can tell that he's getting heated here and just frustrated with himself as kind of look at the defensive spreads. Actually just Lemon alone this time with Kalisa on close roam support. Patiently waiting for this push to come in. The ADS actually going to burn out, and Nex trying to utilize some of those lifelines. So actually all 3 lifelines are gone now, and he's not even made it past one room in the building. So really burning a lot of utility, at least on this roam. Lemon kind of patiently waiting. Kalisa knows she's going to be the first one to get at least maybe some of the damage here. But Arya actually able to take out Zuido coming in from logistics. So kind of like a bum rush play almost there as Nex attempts to peek into cash. Nex patiently waiting. Johnny's got at least the construction rotate cut off. So if Kalisa does decide to rotate off, that's going to be purely on Johnny to watch. Bitter prepped and ready to move in from cash too. Nex actually going to move outside the window here as Johnny just kind of patiently waiting, and Bitter trying to make the peek into cash. He is going to go for that slow peek, but Lemon is going to be ready along with Kalisa. Nex sitting on that gym bedroom, or the bedroom window, excuse me. And Johnny's actually going to go ahead and try and rotate and open up the top of cash stairs wall. So it's actually going to open up here right behind Lemon, but Lemon choosing to completely almost ignore that. Kalisa well on the double flank. Watch here, trying to look on the back half towards cash stairs. Not able to quite fight. That's going to be Miss Marie that's going to go down here. Lemon's able to take out Johnny, though. And Nex having to try and push in. Nex is all the way inside. He's able to take out Ara. And Disaster onto Nex from the top of cash stairs. And we're now in a 1v4 situation. As Bitter's able to just run right in on Lemon into cash. It's a 1v3. Bitter's got the ping. The ping's going to rotate and peek. And he's going to have to make a move within the next 30 seconds for his team being set on a tie point already. That's going to be one operator that drops and then shot immediately in the back from Miss Marie with Ellis handgun. His Bitter goes down in North Sea already on match point 6-0 after the defensive half. They're an absolute train that cannot be stopped. We are on match point as we've switched sides. So Jaeger eSports going over to the defense off of attack, and then North Sea Gaming switching over onto attack. And all North Sea Gaming has to do is win one of the next 6 rounds in order to secure themselves the victory and 3 points. Jaeger having to win the next 6 rounds in an effort to try to at least take the 1-point tie. So we're going down to Church Arsenal here. So starting out on basement, the exact same rotation we saw North Sea Gaming do. Johnny actually bringing out the Maestro and Suido coming in with a Cade. So that's actually going to be a couple heavy operators with some of the extra armor we see. But Johnny, as I say that, rotates off to the mute. So only 1-3 armor here for kind of the anchor play we have set up. So heading down into basement for potentially what could be the final round of the game. We'll see how Jaeger eSports actually manages to do on the roam. They're fairly decent at the roam, usually, however, missing their one of their main roamers, Jirachi, who's now switched off of the roster. But the prep kind of coming out here in an effort to kind of impact trick the church wall. So it kind of opens up right over top of the church wall, and that's what that will be used for, is to impact cricket through the wall to stop kind of those thermite charges. Just really struggling. The poles there. We start into round number 7. Miss Marie does have the Jackal, so we're going to see that coming out with a C70. So kind of the longer range of the two. And Kalisa breaking out the buck, getting some of the angles to be able to prep and open up. 4 downstairs. And then the fairly standard Thatcher Thermite IQ. So into garage they go as Miss Marie's all the way up on top. We kind of look at what the roam clear is going to have to look like, but 4 of the 5 operators for Jaeger eSports are downstairs, all except for Winnie, alone and unafraid in lounge, kind of waiting to push into garage right behind this pushing team. So the drone actually definitely going to identify Winnie, and the immediate spray comes out here as Kalisa knows Kalisa's going to have to act along with Miss Marie to try and lock out Winnie, but Winnie's dropped all the way back downstairs already, so about a minute off the clock and is rotated back downstairs. Full 5 operators from Jaeger hanging out downstairs in Church Arsenal. Lemon making the move down main stairs. Disaster selling both of his exothermic charges to get the hatches, but it's actually kited. You can hear it. Lemon, though, with the opening kill onto Winnie the Goat. As now, that's the initial opening frag into Moto, what it looks like. Zuido hanging out patiently in Church, looking at the main stairs, but the hatch is actually going to open here. Not quite connecting with the C4 up through the Moto hatch, as Disaster's already back on the drone, waiting and ready for the push. The stock hatch comes open, so that's going to be the blue hatch, and that's going to force most of the players, except for Bitter, who's hanging out in blue, out of blue, and that kind of locks down that rotation. So Miss Marie starting the drone, as Bitter's going to have to potentially play that. The drone is going to identify Lesion. Miss Marie going to look and try to peek that, but not quite able to get anything on Bitter just yet. And Lemon still holding strong on main stairs, just kind of waiting on this push to come down. So Disaster prepping to potentially, drop the Moto hatch as a Thatcher come out. The peek almost coming out there from Johnny. The mute jammer trying to stop what could potentially be Disaster there, as Disaster's dropped and prepped. But we're now at very quickly 40 seconds. And, some contact coming out. Lemon trading down the main stairs. All Disaster at quarter health. Miss Marie able to take out Bitter, and that's now a 3v5. Zuido kind of trying to trade shots with Miss Marie here. Miss Marie able to headshot Zuido, though, and we're now into a 2v5 for the final potential round of the game. A kill comes out from Disaster on the next, and Johnny onto Ari, and it's all up to Johnny as he gets a double kill onto Miss Marie. And it's now 1v3 with one player down and the other 2 on extremely slim health. Johnny's going to get aggressive, make the push, going to get a triple kill here in a 1v2 situation. 15 seconds left for North Sea Gaming to go, and Disaster's just going to go right at it. And Johnny got to clutch the round against North Sea Gaming as Jaeger eSports takes round number 7 on the back of Johnny and the the MP5. I don't know why I said SMG 11, but the MP5 on mute in Church. What a carry by Johnny against the full wave of North Sea Gaming as we're bringing it back into round number 8. It's currently 1-6 still on match point as we go upstairs into CCTV cash. What a round. Kind of the stall there as they both began to prep for, the final execution push there. And then just an absolute flurry of kills with a lot of that coming from Johnny. And Johnny with the big brain plays there. 1,000 IQ, 6 picking from Maestro to Maestro. And Lemon coming back onto that queue. No surprise there. As we're going to go upstairs in the CCTV cache. We'll see how the execution is on this side, if it's any better, and how the aggression actually pays off. But you got to remember, at one point, it was 3v5 during that lineup. And I think North Sea had time to pick up their operator. Just down. I think it was, I want to say it was Kalisa. It was just down, kind of just patiently waiting. And I think they had time to pick up and then make the actual final execution with 25 30 seconds left on that, but didn't quite go for it there, and it didn't pay off for him. As just what an absolute clutch there from Dwani. So we'll see what the Jaeger defense can do upstairs in the CCTV cache hold against kind of this push that is coming from North Sea Gaming. A little bit firmer on defense from what I can see thus far. Just able to kind of connect just a little bit better. Maybe the sync is off, and we'll see how their push goes. They don't have a Capital to note, but they do have Kalisa on the Zofia. Miss Marie going straight down in to Church Arsenal, though, trying to get that long range clear of downstairs and maybe make the move back up onto, a roaming player down on first floor, but nobody quite there yet. So Johnny next, both hanging out on site as we know Bitter rotating over into gym bedroom, and then Winnie down in bottom garage, actually underneath the stairs. And this is gonna be Miss Marie that's going to make the peek and actually going to miss the shots almost. Putting Miss Marie at a quarter health there, but Winnie unscathed as he rotates off. Disaster going to be able to get the wall open though, and that's going to be kind of Jawani to make the peek from the wall. Zuido able to take out Miss Marie though, and Winnie onto Lemon. Disaster finally able to get a refrag there onto Johnny, but it's 3v4 for North Sea. Is it kind of just Winnie resetting along with Zuido, coming back up to site, knowing they have the man advantage now, and the drone's trying to come out frantically from North Sea Game to figure out what they need to do. Kalisa trying to trade some shots there with Winnie, but not quite able to connect on anything as the rotate comes in, but Winnie just patiently waiting, and the shot's going to connect onto Kalisa, and that is another kill for Winnie here, as it's now very quickly a 2v4. North Sea struggling 100% on attack here, as the Jaegers are mounting the comeback. Kind of a lull in the battle here. Both teams trying to reset. And Jones going to come out and spot the player playing over in Cash. That's going to be Bitter on the Legion. Disaster trying to get the peek on the re-angle from Cash, but Arya attempting to fight. Zuido actually debating maybe here even running out through the window trying to get the long angle, but Winnie on just a sliver of health, just gonna kind of piss off North Sea. They know he's in, but he doesn't even matter. He knew what was gonna happen. He went for the play when he was able to kill Arya, but Disaster on the immediate refrag, and it's now a 1v3. But just like that, the round's over. Bitter is able to close it out onto Disaster as well with a push from CCTV, and 6-0 to 2-6. As we go into round number 9, Jaeger just not slowing down. They won at least the 1 point against North Sea Gaming. Refusing to give up. So we're going to move over to the third site of the defensive rotation, on to Gym Bedroom here. Bring a similar lineup that we've seen before, except Zuido choosing to bring the Mozzie versus the Mute of North Sea Gaming. Miss Marie utilizing that 6-pick coming off from the Ying on back to the Jackal. Other than that, so now back to the completely standard lineups here for pretty much both teams as we roll into Gym Bedroom, trying to see if they can actually pull this off here. North Sea Gaming absolutely struggling on attack. So next, prepping that tub wall here. The basic castles are going to come out, and the bottom of the Gym Bedroom wall, the center kind of connector wall, there's going to be opened up, and that's going to be so people trying to push in there, go for the plants. You can actually, kind of go prone almost in bedroom, or you have to go prone sometimes to be able to identify the feed, get the spray through while remaining safe to you. So a fairly strong play here, and choosing to utilize the castle, the third castle door. 2 in Gym, and then the third one on logistics right in that bedroom window, and we'll see if that pays off here as we get started in round number 9. So North Sea Game try to come out, but Winnie almost right from the window getting the peek off onto Miss Marie, and 15 seconds into the round, Winnie's turned it into a 5v4. So North Sea Gaming struggling on attack, and they're already down a woman here as they're trying to make the push onto this execution, but Jaeger eSports absolutely coming alive here on the roam. Johnny hanging out in construction, and Winnie rotating all the way down to tunnel, potentially peek at that tub wall here with Disaster and what will eventually be Arya on top of it. So we kind of look at the defensive hold here that's next on the base wall. Kalisa maybe potentially trying to go for that pick, and you should have known they just sitting right there. So ready and waiting. It's going to come back up. They're going to get it off, and that's going to be able to open up the construction for that castle door here. And they had 2 Jaegers ADSs sitting patiently there. That's going to be Johnny pre-firing right through the bedroom window. And then Zuido opening up there from the top of Cash stairs into Cash, but Lemon holding the angle, but no one coming. But it's just, one of those angles you have to hold. And Nex is going to successfully get the first thermite charge off of Disaster. So kind of a taste of Arya's own medicine here on the reverse bandit trick onto her, especially with that Maverick band. It's going to be ever important. And Johnny patiently waiting right inside of construction for someone to make a push, but North Sea Gaming almost basically stalled out here as Johnny's just prone waiting on that window to push, but no one's making a move. Arya knows something has to be done. It's going to come in from the kitchen hall door. Lisa holding the angle against Zuido and the logistics, so both of them kind of in a stalemate as well. With just a minute left, someone's going to have to budge. Zuido actually not identified, so might be able to get a free peek onto Lisa if he so chooses. Disaster going to go for almost a trade onto Johnny. Johnny choosing to rotate off of it. Lemon making the push up, but Winnie able to get a couple shots off there onto Lemon, and Disaster's going to be down. Johnny able to finish off Disaster and back in safely, so now it's a 5v3. Winnie watching for the refrag, and actually is able to down Zofia, so Lemon going to be able to refrag onto Johnny. Khaleesi's down. Lemon patiently waiting here. Khaleesi just needs to pick herself up. Winnie pre-firing right over top of Khaleesi, and Khaleesi is in fact going to stand herself back up using that withstand ability. And the rotate's full going to come out, but with 15 seconds, this looks like another round in the books for Jaeger eSports. Winnie able to take out Arya, and so now it is in fact a 4v2 and is going to come right through into Gem, and they're going to prone out and utilize the holes we talked about at the beginning of the round to close it out onto Khaleesi and Lemon. And that is round number 9 and win number 3 for Jaeger eSports. So they've won the first 3 on defense as well. All North Sea Gaming has to do here is win one of these rounds, and they've already lost the first 3, absolutely struggling on attack. We're going to go back downstairs to Church Arsenal. That was actually the closest that North Sea's come to being able to win one of these rounds if it wasn't for the crazy clutch by Johnny in the first defensive round. But we're heading back down to see if North Sea can finally clutch, or if Jaeger's going to keep this massive potential reverse sweep coming. Fuse being 6 pick from Lemon. Coming back onto Ash. So the Ash main coming out. Is Johnny back onto that mute? No surprise there. No one should be surprised at that. He's played mute every time up to this point. So we will see how it goes here on the basement attack. Just all in all, fairly impressive gameplay here from both teams on defense. Just both teams absolutely strong on defense, but kind of struggling a little bit on the attack. If you notice, they're especially on North Sea Gaming. You know, they lost a player, not exactly kind of sure what to do from there. They stalled out a bit, and then mid-round, just completely unsure. There's typically almost always a lull mid-round. Anyways, just because the roam clear is done, between that roam clear and the side execute, there's gonna be the lull, especially when you get some of the higher tier competitive gameplay. But the lull is just too long for what looks like both of these teams here, as they just can't quite figure it out on how to move from roam clear to execute. And that's something they're gonna have to figure out if North Sea Gaming wants to take this matchup. So Arya starting out with the drone. Misbury breaking out the Twitch though. Gonna actually gonna get picked up by Zuido on the Mozzie, and that's gonna be the long peek from Lemon, actually almost being dropped down, but Zuido able to take out Miss Marie. So a second player down, Twitch is down, and Lemon at a fraction of health here as Jaeger is mounting this comeback. Still, the roam heavy presence is really paying off for them. Winnie out in kitchens. We go all the way back in bar now, forcing North Sea Gaming to kind of chase them across the map because they have no absolute clue where they're at. Arya trying to push from kitchen hall, potentially, but going to rotate back into stock. Johnny coming up, potentially trying to get the frag here onto Arya, but the drone's coming right back out. Lemon patiently holding angles as well, and Khaleesi making the move inside the kitchen, but unannounced by Winnie, and Winnie just gonna be able to take out Khaleesi on just a poor push from North Sea Gaming, getting overly aggressive, not utilizing their drones the way they should, and it is hurting them. So the trade gonna come out there between Arya and Winnie, so Winnie's gonna get a second kill, and it's now a 2v4. Lemon with a fraction of health. This is not looking good for North Sea Gaming. Next, just hanging out on cams, trying to get as much information as possible to the remaining players on GGS, which they have 4 of, 3 of which are at site here. And then Zuido just still hanging off in bar, literally just chasing players around with that shock drone. Identifies distance, disrupt, excuse me. And Disaster. Disaster making the move from bar. Trying to rotate down Lemon all the way down main stairs, but they're just going to allow themselves to kind of really get pinched here if they're not careful. Lemon playing the long angle into Moto. But that's actually Nex trying to peek out from Moto with a bandit. That would be an important kill if they could get Nex off the board. But Disaster coming back up to go for the hash now that it's happened. Lemon still sitting patiently on main stairs, but the rotate finally going to come down from Zuido as Lemon's able to take out Lemon, and it's now a 4-1. Disaster moved down main stairs, a full health here, trying to cause disaster, but she's going to have to be stalled out just a bit here with 15 seconds left to go. The pressure's on, and she's going to have to move. The peak going to come out from Bitter, but not quite able to connect. Just shots barely missing. And Disaster going back upstairs before rotating down for the final push. Able to take out Bitter, but not able to get the second kill onto Nex as Nex refrags right on Disaster. And that is round number 4 in a row for Jaeger eSports. And we are at a 4-6 after being 6-0. Absolutely insane turn of events here as Jaeger has absolutely come alive on defense, hunting down, pun intended, North Sea Gaming here as they attempt to go on this attack. We're going to go back upstairs to CCTV cash for the second time thus far. They've won the first 4 defensive rounds, and they're looking to continue. All Jaeger eSports has to do is win the next 2 rounds to tie with North Sea Gaming, who's currently 4-0 in the CCS Women's European League. North Sea Gaming just, I think, really getting too aggressive here, not trying to utilize information and drone work to their advantage to actually be able to push effectively and together, and they're just kind of looking haphazard here on the push. Johnny probably here prepping for that top garage play with that ACOG, and more and more becoming the meta of reinforcing these bottom 2 garage walls, especially with since the introduction of Capital, just able to stop kind of Capital's play on to Nex, which we see Miss Marie choosing to bring instead the Jackal here. Kind of a good play. Going to rely on being able to get that wall open, despite the fact they got it open last time too. Just not able to make the execute. It's going to be extremely important here, holding the garage, especially that wall, if they're able to counter angle against Miss Marie on the Capital, but that's going to be more than likely her immediate job here, is to prep for Disaster and Arya to be able to take the CCTV wall. Lemon making the move toward the roof. Disaster claymoring out and then getting prepped so no runouts happen, and kind of looking at the roam spread here. Next, hang out in sight alone. Bitter and Zuido over in gym bedroom. And then that's Johnny playing over in garage. So Miss Marie opening up almost immediately on the CCTV and actually can see Johnny as Maestro. Johnny's actually going to rotate off and over here, losing about a quarter health from that nice angle from Miss Marie. Disaster, knowing the bandit's not on the wall at all, is going to be able to open the wall, and kind of a big loss there for Jaeger. This could be the round. You know, so far so good. At least nobody's dead yet. Always a good sign. But Winnie reinforcing Johnny downstairs in garage, and that's going to be kind of a hard take here from North Sea Gaming. You want to talk about it, Lemon? And we're just kind of stalled out. No drones coming out here. Patiently waiting. The rotation's coming around. Disaster able to take out Johnny, though, but Winnie on to Miss Marie. So that's going to be the Capital off the board, playing from the garage door. Disaster knows one more player's in garage based on the call. Winnie is going to be able to trade some shots with Arya here, but no one's going down, both at half health. And Winnie finally goes down on a great kill from Kalisa in the bottom garage on the refrag, pushing through, using line with those lifelines to open up the bottom garage walls. But Zuido hanging out patiently underneath here. Lisa downstairs in garage. Arya and Disaster patiently waiting, and Lemon just staged to be able to make this move on Bitter, who is patiently waiting in the bathroom over near gym bedroom, as Lemon's also kind of stalled out here. Next, going to take out Kalisa, though, and it's now back to a 3v3. So Arya and Disaster both hang out right on that CCTV wall, and next poised right inside stairs door, ready to swing. actually going to get droned out, though, and knows he's going to have to make the rotate. Is Arya actually able to push off? Not quite able to connect. And the plant's got to start going down here. But it's going to be a default plant, and the C4 is going to come out very easily here from Nex. Doesn't punch it off. What a surprise here. Disaster is going to go ahead and plant. Alternate location. No big deal. C4 is actually not going to come off here. Lemon able to take out Bitter. And this could be the round. Next able to take out Disaster for a double kill. Rotating off at the wrong time, though. On to Arya. And they've got to stop this push. The push going to come out along with the pre-fire. So that's going to be an easy down on Zuido, and Lemon closing it out with the kill on the Nex. And North Sea Gaming wins the match after an almost close retake there from Jaeger eSports. Your final scoreboard there, 7-4 North Sea Gaming, taking the win. This is Hydro League. I'm your caster, Misfit Midas, and this is North Sea Gaming taking the win over top of Jaeger eSports. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to continue to check out more games on League as they come up next. Again, I'm Misfit Midas. Have a good night.
Dobra. GG, guys.
Bardzo dobrze. Dziękuję bardzo.